Hi, welcome to Business Tips with Michael Tobian. Today's discussion is networking, part 1. Thanks for joining me today. I'm doing a 2-video series on networking because the information is such that 2 videos is going to be better than 1. So make sure you check out that second video that's going to be released later this week. Today we will discuss the general concept of effective networking, which I feel that very few people actually do, versus non-effective networking, which I think most people do. We're also going to talk about networking through bringing a positivity to your industry and building a network of people that want you to succeed. The other video is going to get into specifics about how to network and specific things that you should or shouldn't do while you are networking in your business. So I used to be absolutely terrible at networking, and I never did it, and I didn't find much value in it when I did do it. However, in recent years, I've learned that it is the most important thing that I can do in my business. So much so that I have basically pushed off almost all of the tasks that I do in my business onto my manager and my employees, and I basically try to spend all of my time networking. This is something I've done probably in the last year where I've really focused on it. This goes along with what we've talked about in previous videos, where you should be working on your business, not in your business, if you want your business to grow. I used to network because that's what you were supposed to do. And so every once in a while I would go to these networking events, but I was going about it all wrong. So for example, I would show up to these networking events and give everyone an elevator pitch, and I was just basically super annoying to everybody at these events. I'd show up and say, hey, it's good to meet you. Oh, do you need this? Do you need my services? Do you need my products? And I was just basically a walking advertisement, and I'm sure people just wanted to walk away from me when I did that, like I do when people do this to me. You can do a little bit of this, but that's not effective networking. That is being annoying. So this hire me all the time is a bad long-term strategy for networking. Another thing that I used to do is I used to show up occasionally to networking events or things that were industry related where I could network, but I never really consistently did it or followed through with anything. Or I would avoid it altogether and focus on lazier ways to market myself in more indirect ways. Now, I basically use all my networking time much more effectively. I'm using it to build real friendships within the industry, and I'm doing things for the colleagues and vendors, letting people know about my services without being annoying, and I engage in more of a soft sale approach as opposed to a hard sale. Are you familiar with those terms? A soft sale is when you build up a relationship, a trusting relationship over time. It's more of a long-term strategy. A hard sale is the door-to-door salesman that says, buy my product, and you don't take no for an answer. Well, perhaps there's going to be occasion where you will use 2 techniques, the soft sale and the hard sale. Networking is all about the soft sale. And long-term, you're going to see a lot of success if you do it right. So please watch my video, Networking Part 2, for more about this. We're going to go over the do's and the don'ts and what you should be doing with networking, and we're going to go over some specific networking strategies. So, generally, my principle of networking has to do with positivity. I focus on making everyone in my close circle successful. I have competitors that have a different approach. Their approach is, if I win, then that means you must lose. Okay? I used to be that way. I used to try to get all the business, and if my competitors weren't doing well, then that was a win for me. I've changed my attitude about this completely. Now, my attitude is, if I win, then I must let everyone around me and help everyone around me win, then I will just necessarily win because they're all going to help me. I would rather have a bunch of people try to contribute to my success than just do it alone. So this if I win, you lose mentality is a very lonely mentality. If I can help everyone around me be successful and then they will in turn help me to be successful, that's cooperative and it's going to be much more effective. Okay? So I have a competitor that is very much the negative aspect of this. They want everybody to lose. They're trying to push us down. They're trying to push everybody else down. All their all their contracts and their relationships and their deals they're making are all about them. Well, there's a lot of people in my industry that absolutely hate these people. They might work with them if they have to because they're effective business people and they've got good marketing going on, but they much prefer working with me. Everyone who works with both of us much prefers working with my company. And even if I don't make as much money as I might have, I enjoy positive relationships. The question becomes, which statement will make me more money over time? If I win, then you must lose, or if I win, it's because I helped you win. Both approaches can be effective. The more competitive and aggressive approach may result in the following: success, a lot of money. It's an effective strategy, sometimes squashing out your competition. It'll also result in people that hate you, negativity, difficulty staying motivated. Who wants to stay motivated if everybody in their industry or everybody they work with hates them? It'll result in disputes and contention, turnover of your employees and people who you work with, and at the end of the day, you may have a sad and lonely pile of money that you're sitting on. And who wants that? However, that first statement, which is positivity, I help everyone around me be successful, therefore they may help me be successful, may also result in success, perhaps a lot of money, but also it's going to result in people that love you, positivity, motivation that's brought about by charity and kindness and love for others, loyalty from the people you work with and your employees, trust. And at the end of the day, you may also be surrounded by that big pile of money, but you're going to be able to share it with friends and loved ones, and you're going to be able to have positivity in your days of retirement. Now, I would rather be in that situation. And at the end of the day, all we have is our relationships. We can't take money with us, right? So here are some things that I'm doing currently to help those around me in a networking effort. First off, during the COVID-19 pandemic, my company and I have tried to help people in our industry. We've been giving basic needs packages basically to anybody who needs them. So we've been publishing this on social media and advertising this. We say, if anybody needs any groceries or anything, just let us know. We only need your address. We don't need to know your name or any information about your situation. We'll just deliver a basic needs package for you during this pandemic because a lot of people in our industry are out of work. Well, that makes us feel good, but it also is a networking opportunity because people know that we're being a leader in the industry and we're helping people out during this time, okay? I have been studying up on grants, government grants that are available to people during the pandemic, and other government resources through the CARES Act and things that are government stimulus. And I've been doing Zoom meetings with people in the industry and people who I work with, saying, hey, I've got some information, I'd like to share it with you. I'd like my friends to get some of these grants. I'd like my friends to take advantage of some of these resources. Well, that not only has helped people out, which is good, it's also helped us out. We've come forward as a leader in this industry. We're being helpful. We're doing positive networking. I frequently ask people how they're doing during the pandemic. How are things? Is there anything we can do for you? Okay. Other things we're doing for positive networking is we do a weekly vendor spotlight where we highlight vendors in our industry. We don't ask for anything in return. We don't ask for them to do it to us. We don't ask for them to pay us to do it. We simply just do it for them. We reach out and say, hey, we'd love to do a vendor spotlight on you. And we interview them and we talk about their business and we post it to our social media. And it's just marketing and advertising for our vendors and people who hire us and people who we work with in the industry. Well, they love it. And guess what? Nobody does this. I don't see a lot of people doing this. Everybody's in it, what's in it for me? Well, if you just throw yourself out there as a helpful person, that what's in it for you is gonna come. So when we share these videos, it helps us in that people are grateful. They like us. They want to work with us. They're interested in our success because clearly we're interested in their success. And we feel good that we've helped them. And we strengthen our friendship. Another thing we do is we attend industry events and we say hi to people. I used to give people the elevator pitch when I'd go to industry events and I'd say, oh, when are you going to hire my services? Well, I don't do that anymore. When I go to these industry events, I say, how you doing? What are you up to? I talk about their business. We're just developing friendships in the industry. We engage in social media friendship building. So I spend some time on social media just commenting on friends in the industry's posts. Hey, I love this, what you're doing. I love this picture of you and your family, okay? We're just engaging in positivity in the industry. I comment on people's threads. We give periodic shout outs to people. The other day, we did a little shout out, hey, let's hear it for all the women business owners in the industry. Here are a few of women business owners that are killing it in this industry. And we just listed a bunch of people. I even listed some competitors. And now you might think that's a stupid idea to list your competitors. It's not. It's just bringing positivity out there. People appreciated being recognized, and people appreciated that we were highlighting some of the women business owners in our industry who are doing a great job. And finally, and I would say most importantly, we offer an absolutely superior service to our clients than anybody else in the industry. We always deliver the best product we can, regardless of what business it is. With my entertainment business, nobody has better acts than us, okay? Nobody provides better entertainment and produces better events than us. We take a lot of pride in that. As a business broker, we get a lot of repeat work from referrals because we're fantastic to work with and we do a really good job. So at the end of the day, the best networking that you can do is just to do an absolutely killer job every time, okay? Finally, I'd just like to say, one thing that you should do is pay attention to who is helping others during troubled times. So in the year that this video is being recorded, we're experiencing COVID-19 pandemic. Well, I explained some things that we've tried to do to help others. There's other people in the industry doing the same thing. Notably though, there's other people in the industry that are some competitors of mine that were very loud when things were good. They're bragging about themselves, they're advertising, they're marketing, and that's all fine. But as soon as the pandemic happened, guess what? We haven't heard from them. They're not helping people. They're not contributing positively. They were just in it for themselves. And I hope and I think people in our industry are going to remember that. They're going to remember the people who were helping them when times were tough. And I think this pandemic will put some people out of business in my industry, not just because it was tough economically on them, but because they weren't helpful during the pandemic. So I'm kind of reminded of the story of the chicken and the cat and the duck or whatever, where the chicken said, who will help me make the bread? Not I, said the cat. Who will help me, do this, do that? Not I, said the duck. Not I, said the cat. Well, who will help me make the bread? Oh, well, all the farm animals were willing to help this chicken eat the bread. Excuse me, I didn't tell the story right. Or help the chicken eat the bread. But none of them were willing to do it when times were tough. So keep that in mind. Sometimes when times are tough, that's the time where you can really stand out as a leader in your industry. Finally, I'd like to say, if networking is not your strong suit, then make it your strong suit and do it in the way that feels natural for you. So I used to be really bad at networking because I tried to do it the way other people do it, which was absolutely ineffective. Now I do it in a way that I have found works really well, and I'm building a lot of friendships in my industry, and the people in my industry are my real friends in real life. I'm not doing it in a fake way. I'm really building friendships, and those friends are helping me out when it's time to hire my services. So thanks so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. I hope you got some stuff out of it, and I hope you can implement this stuff. But make sure you watch Networking Part 2, because we're going to get really specific with some strategies with networking. So subscribe to our channel if you'd like to hear more information, and check out Networking Part 2. Thanks so much, and have a great day.